Hi, this is Leslie Boardman. I'm here with Fran Cincinnati, and Fran is going to explain to you how it was when I Reiki'd her. Fran, how long has it been since I Reiki'd you?
Oh, probably about 3 months, 4 months.
So I Reiki'd you 4 months ago.
Yes.
And why did I Reiki you?
I have had for 27 years a very rare bone disease, and I had very many musculoskeletal pains and problems, and I had issues with um, just horrific pain that had never gone away, and nerve damage, quite frankly, nerve damage. And in all the therapies that I've had and all the different types of surgeries that were repairing surgeries, the pain was still incredibly intense. And so when you offered to do Reiki, I decided to try it to see if that would do anything, because I do believe in the power of energy and the ability of what that is. And so I definitely decided to take the chance and see.
And Fran, how, on a scale of 1 to 10, or you could even go higher, how high was your pain level?
Actually, for me, if you were saying 1 to 10, I would say 20.
All right, so before I started
Yes.
with you, your pain level was a 20.
Yeah.
20, that's pretty intense.
Yes, incredibly.
Incredibly intense.
Yeah.
And what happened during the session? What did you feel?
What was amazing to me was that, first and foremost, I was very relaxed by your energy, by your persona, by the way that you handled yourself, by your voice. And as you began to start to reach out and to go over my body, every area that you touched, I felt it was incredible, because by the intensity of the pain, I felt a different sensation. Sometimes I felt almost a tingling. Other times I felt a very intense, almost like an electrical shock that really didn't hurt, but it was that kind of intensity. And at other times, in other places where the pain wasn't as bad as the one place that really was intense, I felt intense heat.
Right, because the pain, the difference in what Fran felt was the matter of her intensity of pain. Heat was where her pain was less, and then the tingling, like the electricity, was where her pain was most intense. Is that correct,
Yes,
Fran?
definitely, definitely.
And then after, or as I was doing it, I was doing something where I was drawing it out of you. Do you want to explain to them?
What was amazing was, as she was attempting to do the drawing out, I literally felt the energy being, that negative energy being sucked out of my body. It was dissipating, and I could feel the force of it, and it was relieving, but it was also incredibly relaxing, because the muscular and physical spasms were so intense for so long that I didn't know what it felt like not to feel that. And then all of a sudden it was like, ah, I don't feel that. That heightened. It felt like someone had put me. If anybody understands what a vice grip is, it's a metal tool that you clamp something together and you screw it tight, and you could screw it until something breaks. And I felt like my bones were in that and just being squashed. And as you were pulling out the energy, it was being loosened, and I could feel it being loosened, and I could feel this intensity of release.
So I was unscrewing the vise.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
That is so fabulous, Fran. Thank you for sharing that with me.
Yes, yes.
And after we get done?
When you finished, I was in such a state of bliss. I, I've been battling my body for 27 years. And one particular place that was the most horrific has never ever gone away until you Reiki'd me. And it still did not come back.
It hasn't come back in 4 months.
And it is phenomenal, because other areas of my body have bothered me, but the place that had the most intense response from your touch does not bother me.
Fran, you fill my heart with what you have to say.
It's incredible. It's incredible.
And what was your pain level when I finished?
Oh, wow. Wow. I would say that if it was a 20 when you started, I would have to say probably about a 6.
Wow.
That it was that I could really go to sleep and not feel.
You went right to sleep.
I did.
I let myself out of your hotel room, I remember.
I became so relaxed, and And normally the intensity of the pain was such that I could not sleep, and that the pain was so hard that if I did doze, if I moved, it would shock me from the pain. And I slept like a log that night. And even now, to this day, I can lie in the bed and turn over on my left hip now.
And you couldn't
And
do
I
that
could
before?
sleep on it, and I couldn't do that
She
before.
couldn't lay on her hip before. Wow.
And I can do that now. And it's been 27 years that I can't lay on that side of me.
And since the 4 months have gone by, has any of that pain returned?
I haven't had the intensity of the pain in the chest area, in the spine, and the hip and the spine where it was the most intense. The problem that has transpired is another area that was milder before, that has come back in that one spot. But you did one whole side of my body, and out of that whole side, only one area has responded again.
So, sounds like I'm a pretty powerful healer.
Yes. Yes.
And this is a pretty powerful lady, and if I could relieve her pain.
Yes, amen.
27 years.
Yes.
On a scale of 20.
Yeah.
And it's lasted 4 months later. She's
Yes.
still in relief. Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
It is a gift. It is an incredible gift, and the best part about it was that I dared to believe it was possible. And I dared to receive what you were offering to give me. And because I received it, and because it was sincere, and because you believe in what you are doing, it worked. And it worked amazingly.
Fran, did I give you an affirmation to say also at the time?
I believe you did. And I'm sorry, but I cannot remember what it
So
is.
this worked without her even doing the affirmation?
Yeah. No, that's
Okay.
correct. It did
So
not.
if you had remembered it, it might have even been even better.
Yeah.
Well, that's it, folks.
Yes. Thank you. You really need to try this. You really need to give yourself permission, because you can only expand in what you know by trying it.
Okay, thank you so much, Fran.
You're welcome. You're very welcome.
Leslie Boardman signing